Hey guys, Rhett here. What is going on? I wanted to get on here and do a quick video to address the fake news that has been circulating like wildfire this week. Now, if you haven't seen the new administration, the new presidential administration, put a freeze on government spending and funding on Monday of this week. And people have been in an uproar with just basically going off saying this is going to be stopped and the funding for this program is going to be stopped and they're stopping Social Security and they're stopping Section 8. And the first thing I want to tell everybody is take a deep breath. And I don't care which side of the political aisle you're on. Let's look at the facts. The administration that is currently in office has been in office before. And during that time, their effect on Section 8 was zero, just like every administration before them, and most likely just like every administration after them will be. And the reason for that is because basically you have a handful of government-funded direct aid programs in the United States that are too big to fail. Section 8 is one of them. I've had my Section 8 portfolio, and the clients who have had their Section 8 portfolios understand what I'm about to say next. But the reality is, I've taken my portfolio through multiple government shutdowns, COVID, global pandemic, mini recessions, and crazy economic situations, wars, you name it. And I get paid every single month, and so do my clients. So it's one of those things where you understand the scope and the importance of Section 8. But then it really gets put to the test when people say, okay, well, we're starting to do budget cuts. And then you really find where Section 8 falls. And clients have been calling me, friends have been calling me, hey, have you seen what the new administration's doing? They're cutting funding. All government funding is being frozen. The comments on videos on the channel are going off, and I'm getting messages left and right. So I wanted to address it once and for all. Everybody relax. Nothing is happening with Section 8. If anything, the money that is being cut from other programs is going to get put into Section 8 because I think that what the government's trying to do is cut where they believe there is fat and move it to the things that need more money and not sending as much money to certain groups that they don't feel have the same impact as other ones. So I want to read you something from the White House, which came out yesterday, to address a lot of this fear. And I quote, "The White House Budget Office on Tuesday clarified the scope of Monday's pause of federal financial assistance, saying it will not affect a number of specific aid programs. Medicaid, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is SNAP, which is food stamps, federal student loans, Pell Grants, Head Start, Section 8 rental assistance, and aid to small businesses and farmers will be exempt. Medicare, Social Security will not be affected, nor will similar direct benefit programs." So direct benefit programs are as such with the programs that I just read off. And a lot of times when you have the government funding big programs and they're going to a nonprofit or they're going to another business and then the money just kind of disappears, it's a lot harder to track that. With SNAP, which food stamps, with student loans, with Head Start, Pell Grants, with Section 8, and we'll use Section 8 as the example, the government funds money directly to housing authorities, directly through HUD. It's a lot easier to audit that money to track where it's actually going than it would be, say, if you were sending it to a nonprofit that has a $10 million grant, and then the federal government sends a $10 million grant, and then the nonprofit, of course, has their entire setup of their business structure, and then they're paying different LLCs for this and different LLCs for that. It's a lot harder to audit. It's a lot harder to track. So reining in the spending in some of those realms, I think, is going to bring more money back to Section 8. But then I want to also read you this quote from the Office of Management and Budget, which is a new office in the new administration, similar to DOGE, which I'm sure that you've heard of, to limit excessive spending and government spending of taxpayer money where they don't believe it's necessary. So, and I quote, the Office of Management and Budget emphasized that the only funding affected by the pause would be any grants or loans that run counter to President Donald Trump's executive orders laying out his policies on immigration, abortion, foreign aid, clean energy, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, and gender ideology. So I don't care where you stand on politically, and it's very clear that the only items that the White House is saying are going to be affected are those that run counter to the president's executive orders. And it's also been very clear that one of the most bipartisan issues since I've been involved in Section 8 and I've read every single bill that has to do with subsidized housing, Section 8, every bill that's ever been put forth, there's always fear and fear-mongering from media about cutting affordable housing. I've read every single bill, and every single time it's been total and completely untrue. This is just in line with that. Section 8 housing, affordable housing, remains to be one of the most bipartisan issues that we see. And you guys know, I don't have to tell you, there's not a lot of bipartisan issues anymore. These parties have found a way to take even the most commonsensical, down the middle, easy bipartisan issues and turn them radically in their own directions. So, most important aspect, Section 8, untouched, total fear-mongering by everybody that says anything else. Don't listen to it. Total garbage. It's going to put more money into these direct aid programs that are most and the most futile, the most important programs are going to get the money, and the programs that are not important, the programs that are those that they believe are non-essential, are the ones that are going to get budgets cut. So, guys, any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comments below, and I will get to all of them. We'll see you next time.